Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, an old friend, a watch that's been part of my life in the watch industry since almost the beginning. It's the Omega Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch. Now, this is the latest version of the timepiece as rolled out in 2021, so it has the latest movement. This is the Sapphire sandwich, so sapphire crystals front and back, and yet still very closely related to the watch flown by NASA. So if you want authenticity, this is as good as it gets. The watch is 42 millimeters in diameter in stainless steel. You can see 13.8 millimeters thick as I measure it, and 47.3 millimeters from lug to lug with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs and a pivoted end link. So 47.3 lug to lug is the total distance across the wrist. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters circumference. Get a good look at it. Very comfortable, handsome, classically beautiful. The nice thing about this watch is its evergreen style. Frankly, it looks no different, even at close range, than pretty much every Moonwatch ever made. Going back to the mid-1960s and the first arrival of this 42 millimeter lyre-style lug case, consistency has been a hallmark and also a virtue. As you can see, without solid end links, this watch is shorter across the wrist, making it suitable for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. It's not super thick, but it does have a little bit of an overhanging bezel, so it'll fit under a jacket cuff, maybe not all tight dress sleeves. Here's your over-the-top shot, and let's take a look at that bracelet. Inspired by vintage pieces, it has an oval cross section to the links and many individual removable links. You've got a lot of flexibility for sizing it. We have a semi-conforming end link, and then we have tapering down towards the clasp. The clasp is a thick gauge steel single swing arm. You can see externally. We have the Omega logo. We have polish. We have satin brushed. 3 different finishes on the clasp. Twin trigger release. Press them both. It opens up. Taking a look on the inside, we've got 2 different anchoring points for the spring bar, so you can move that in and out to fine-tune the fit a little bit. Roll around the case. When I say lyre-style lug, what do I mean? I mean this double bevel. A bevel on the outside and a bevel on the inside. The outer bevel's polished. We have satination across the mid-case. And then you can see we have a little bit of a sheer guard shouldering profile. Not quite a crown guard profile, but maybe a sheer guard. So the crown is countersunk into the case band, and then the chronograph pushers are slightly countersunk. Taking a look at the bezel, you can see here, still anodized aluminum insert. We got the lovely .over 90, which is the quickest way to tell this bezel from the previous generation. A dramatically boxed and cambered double curved sapphire to look a little bit like a tessellite. And then we've got plenty of lume, really no shortage. Taking a quick look, it's a well-loomed watch, including the chronograph seconds hand. The bezel can be used to gauge the speed of an object, such as a race car over a kilometer, and you can see with this generation, we've gone back to applique Omega logos on the dial. It's still matte black and anti-reflective, with a high contrast white on black base, no dates, unique propositions. Not a whole lot of watches that look exactly like this or feature all of the hallmarks of a Moonwatch. Taking a quick look too, you can also see that each of the sub-registers is kind of dramatically dished into the dial, and it has lovely bilateral symmetry. You can split it down the center and it's almost a reflected image. Taking a look now at the indices themselves, you can see that they've got quite a little bit of contrast, and then we've got a lower downwardly stepped minutes and seconds track beyond them. Taking a look around back, you can see the movement, still distantly Lamagna based, but ever more elaborate. You can see caliber 3861. It's a cam lateral clutch based chronograph, but let me tell you, the feeling of this cam puts most column wheels to shame. That's the might of Omega and Lamagna today. Now it is a lateral clutch though, so there's a little bit of jump and extraneous movement when you start up the chronograph hand. That can't be helped. It's the nature of a lateral clutch. 3 hertz beat rate, so 21,600 vibrations per hour. One of the few Omega coaxial escapements that has an oscillation rate of 3 hertz, perhaps the only one. It's got a free sprung balance now, a silicone hairspring to give it anti-magnetic qualities. It's a 26 joule movement, power reserve, manually wound. It's now up to 50 hours. And it features a refinement not previously part of the Moonwatch series, or at least the Speedmaster Professionals, and that is the use of a hacking seconds function. So you can set the watch to a reference time. It's a good looking movement, and like I said, it has a coaxial escapement, though you can't see it. You'll notice all the advertising First watch worn on the moon, coaxial master chronometer. It's on the case back, thank goodness, keeping the front classically beautiful and traditional. Now the movement also has mechanically applied decoration. It's not quite on the level of the prior caliber 1863 aesthetically, though it's close. It's far ahead technically. It is a master chronometer, which means that it's tested in 6 positions as a fully assembled watch to meet a timing tolerance of no worse than -0 + 5 seconds per 24 hours. It's tested for water resistance. It's rated at 50. Power reserve, overall durability, and anti-magnetic qualities to a minimum of 15,000 Gauss or 1.5 Tesla. That's a minimum, not a maximum. And although I don't necessarily recommend swimming with a push-down crown 50-meter rated watch, when I spoke to Robert Jan Brouwer, who is a true scholar of Speedmasters, he said Omega stated that on the latest watches, you can actually surface swim a Moonwatch. So that's coming straight from source I consider to be authoritative. So reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.